Day. I have been starting going live on YouTube, and so this is my second day, and we will see how this goes. I am the Moon Mama. This is our master nodal class, and the nodes are the points of evolution. The nodes are the south node is a point of karma and what we're here to heal from and transmute this lifetime, which is your south node. And then the north node is in the south node is in Virgo. So we are literally healing our bodies. And what does that mean? Healing our bodies means that we are healing the mindset that created the illnesses. We're healing the beliefs that create illnesses. Now, I know we live in a world where we don't think that beliefs create illnesses, but beliefs create illnesses. So this Virgo and South Node for the next year and now like 3 months is the energy to heal the belief systems that create illness. So fun. That's why I love this work, because the universe is so magical. It's like, okay, you're carrying this old karmic code, you're carrying this pain body from generation to generation. Whoever's willing to heal it can do it. And I love that. So that's the South Node in Virgo. Healing your daily routines, healing your ritual practices, healing yourself by using ritual practices that will actually transform the energy, The North Node in Pisces is our imagination. It's where we're going. It's literally what we're becoming. And with Pisces, it's about using your spiritual intuition, your psychic abilities, your connection to the spiritual realm to for the guidance to know where you're going. So that means you have to build your relationship to your intuition. You have to be more trusting of yourself. You have to be more connected to your internal guidance system. Okay, so that's what this nodal class is about. I've been doing this nodal class since Capricorn season. We haven't been on YouTube with it live, but since we're on YouTube with it live, I want to just give the reason, like what we're really up to and why the nodes. The nodes are the North Star in, so in Christianity, and they said that the mad guy, the three wise men followed the North Star. That's the North Node. And when we follow the North Node in our own systems, we can access through this devotion to ourselves and our ancestry and our ancestors and our becoming, we can evolve. We have a greater capacity for evolution because the North Node is really the North Star. So when you follow the North Node through the cosmos, it will awaken the aspects of you that are not awake. So today we have the sun. Today is a Gemini day. Today is a Jupiter day. My days get mixed up sometimes since I don't follow them in the Western ways anymore. Today is a Jupiter day, and Jupiter is in Gemini. And Jupiter in Gemini is giving us the energy to expand our perception. And what that means, this work is not easy work. Let me just say this. This is like the AP class of souls, right? Like the AP class of human beings. And expanding your perception means that you get to outgrow your old way of thinking and being. You get to literally evolve and become more than you thought you were, become something more expansive, right? So it's like being a single woman and I really don't like this example, but it's so easy. Such an easy one. Being a single woman and then meeting somebody, getting married and having a child, you expand it to a wife and a mother because you can, right? So with Jupiter in Gemini, we're being asked to expand your story, your identity of yourself, right? So adding new chapters to your own life. Like, what are you really up to? Who are you really meant to be? But also understanding that the story you tell yourself about who you are is what's going to fold, because the universe is listening to you. Like, you're sending a signal. So if your signal says, I'm confident, I'm open, I'm excited, I'm on the adventure to live my life and expand. If you have that intention, then the universe will supply you with the experiences that meet you there. But if you have an intention that says, "Oh, I'm afraid, things don't work out, I'm so scared, I don't know, I'm confused," then the universe will send you experiences that match that. So this is the understanding of Jupiter and Gemini, that you must be responsible for your narrative on the inside of you, because whatever it is you're narrating is going to be the thing that begins to occur. So this is a Jupiter day. Jupiter is a day about expansion. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, education, magic. Jupiter in Gemini is very magical, very creative. And then we also have the sun in Gemini trining the moon. So that means that the energy today is highly, highly creative. Please be mindful of what you're saying to yourself about yourself. Be mindful of what you're saying to yourself about others. Be mindful, because the energy today is highly, highly creative. And you want to create more of what you desire and less of what you don't. So let me tell you guys what I'm experiencing personally. I am being asked to up level in ways that are so uncomfortable for me. Or getting more comfortable. And growing up, I created a part of myself that is very accommodating to others. I have a capacity to just accommodate human stuff. Growing up in a neighborhood that was poor and where there was a lot of drug addiction and a lot of unemployment, I just learned to meet people with sadness, with sympathy, I just learned to just be like, oh, these people can't do any better, including myself, okay? Like, including myself. It wasn't like I was just feeling sorry for everybody else. I was very aware of the conditions that I was involved in, and I felt that level of sorrow for everyone. And now I'm being asked to be able to see the conditions, but also to hold people accountable, to not just give in because people are going through hard things, to not just do the work for people because it's hard, because I can see how hard it is, but to really hold myself and others accountable. So for instance, the other day, a friend of mine was here and they were looking at my bookcase, and every book, they were like, oh, I'm taking this, I'm taking this, I'm taking this. And I was just listening going, huh, that's interesting. But I knew, hi, Anais and Sage, I knew that if I, like, typically in the past, I would just be like, sure, you can have it, because my books are reference books. I don't use them all the time. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like, okay, but my spirit was saying, don't let them take your books. And if they do if you're gonna let them take your book, they have to replace it immediately. So they were like fawning over two books, like, I gotta have this. This is so good. This is so good. And their energy, they're like a 6'3", 6'4" black man, smell good, look good, a really good friend of mine, but the kind of energy that I would just give over to. And so I said, you cannot take this book. You can take this one, but you have to buy it immediately, and I need to get it back soon. A couple of days passed, I didn't get it back. And so I literally sent them the link from Amazon. I was like, here's the link to the book, and here's my address. And the next day I got the book. But historically, I would not have stood for myself. I would not have made a command upon them to follow up with me. I would have just let it go and would have not ever thought about it again. And my spirit is saying, you have to protect yourself. You have to honor your energy. You must honor who you are. You must protect yourself. You cannot expect other people to do it. And I know sometimes as women, I know for me as a woman, I have laid down my power with the expectation that men are going to just take care of it. They just know what's best for me, and I don't necessarily have to communicate it. I don't have to set a boundary, and they will just do it. And so that is what I'm saying. I am changing my perspective of how I show up, of how I think of myself, of how I honor myself. I am changing my perspective, and that is this Jupiter and Gemini, the sun. I'm telling a new story about who I am that then changes my behavior. I know that I am valuable. There was a time when I didn't understand my value. So I didn't understand that when people come and spend time with me, they get something that they can't get anywhere else. By the time my friend left here the other night, he had books, he had more information, he had technology, had all sorts of stuff that because of who I just am generous. I just am like, oh yeah, I use this, I do this. Like, I'm not someone who hoards. I literally am generous in my way of being. Thank you, Sage. So that's what this Gemini energy is. Now, the sun is at the 15th degree. There's a lot going on today. So I really want to say as much as I can. The sun is at the 15th degree. The 15th degree is a degree that is ruled by Gemini. So the sun is in Gemini at the 15th degree. Now, Gemini is an energy that has a lot of duality. It's the twins, the light and the dark. But really what that is, it's like everything goes in Gemini. Everything. Like, Gemini does not discriminate. That's what it is. Gemini is, I think the word is indiscriminate. When something doesn't discriminate, it's indiscriminate. I hope that's correct. But Gemini doesn't discriminate. So with this 15th degree of Gemini, we get an opportunity. This is a game-changing energy, because the 15th degree is the halfway point in the houses. The energy goes from like 0 to 29 or 1 to 30. So 15 is the halfway point. And 15 is the point where we actually make a decision to be different, to take up another way of being. 15, so is there a new mindset that is working to emerge through you? Is there a new idea that is working to emerge through you? Nothing is at the 33rd degree. We don't have any 33rd degrees in the natal charts. It goes from 0 to 30. 33 degrees, you're talking about numerology, which I am not a numerologist. But astrology doesn't have a 33rd degree. So, is there a new idea attempting to emerge through you? About you, about your family, are you having a revelation of some sort? Is something trying to come through that will give you new information so that you can be a new person? And it's very subtle. These things are small things. It could be like, oh, I'm going to let my mother off the hook. Oh, I'm going to take more responsibility for the things that are going on in my life. For me, I am going to take more responsibility for my power. That is mine. I'm going to take more responsibility. Yes, I do read charts. I read natal charts. I do coaching. I'm basically an astrological therapist, and I also teach classes to assist people, women, in accessing their magic, because we are magical beings. But I can work with men or women, because men also have feminine energy. And when you understand how to work it, then you actually become very powerful. So this 15th degree is saying you get to let go of an old way of being. You get to let go of an old way of being. And if you can let go of an old way of being, then you can access what's more available to you, what is coming through you. And so the moon is in Libra today. And with the moon in Libra, our energy is highly active. What we think, what we say, what we feel is highly active. And as women, because we give birth, because every human being comes through a woman's womb, none come from a man. Men do not give birth. So, and because we actually are the portal for which the universe expresses itself, when we can focus on our energy and our power and not give it away to the external world, literally get clear about what you really are up to. And for most women, we have been conditioned to give our power away in romantic ways to men because that is how they benefit from us. But we want to literally become the leaders, the CEOs, and the executives of our own lives. We want to be the very thing that we are created to be, a divine goddess that truly can create just by sheer intention, by using your imagination, and by understanding your emotional body. When you feel something, your feelings are deeply powerful. And when you feel something, you can impact the 3D reality. So that is what we are up to. That is what we are up to today. Really taking full responsibility for the thoughts that you are thinking. So get your journal, write them down, listen to meditation music that keeps you focused on what you are up to. You know, listen to Hertz music, 888 Hertz. They're just frequency music that really allows you to focus on you being true to the divinity that is within you, the goddess energy, the mother of the mother of the mother of the mother. And in your deep intention, you will be led to what is your next best step. Okay, you guys. So we also today have Mercury, which is in Gemini also. And Mercury is currently in a like a trine and a sextile with the nodes, which this work is about, your master nodal class, right? So with Mercury, it's your mind. You are being given the opportunity to let go of an old thought form and embody a new one. So spend some time asking, what thought form would I like to let go of? What thoughts no longer serve me? What stories are outdated? So for me, the stories that I need to take care of others, that I need to comply with others' requests upon me, that I need to be available for everyone, that I am this resource, that story is dead for me now. I am prioritizing myself, my own needs, my own desires, my own ways of being, because that is what will actually better serve me. And when I serve myself best, then I'm a better support to others. So this is the energy for today. And if you are, if you need support, you can reach out at my website at healwithmoonmama.com or moniqueruffin.com, and you can book your natal chart readings. I would love to support you, your coaching sessions. And also, because I'm here on YouTube, YouTube actually receives donations. So if you all want to donate $1 or $2 or $3 because they accept it, I would love that. So thank you so much. Peace and blessings. I will talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Now, how do I turn this off? Okay.